Austin, Texas, the speedometer needle is closing in rapidly on 140 miles per hour even as fly within the pedestrian bridge within the back straight at Circuit with the Americas, a track that suits ultra-high grip and horsepower Formula One race cars. Accelerating around the long directly from the tight turn 11 hairpin can be an experience to relish, however we're hard about the brakes to the 90-degree left that any of us were approaching at massive speed merely a moment ago. Like its Giulia sibling, the 2018 Alfa Romeo Stelvio Quadrifoglio's brakes are sharp and strong, along with the steering is super quick. Just a small flick left and that we're clipping the curbs and back within the gas, thundering around the short straight between turns 12 and 13 with staccato bangs coming from your exhaust on each upshift. Yeah, the Stelvio is technically a computer-programmed vehicle, but it's really a performance vehicle. Think of Alfa Romeo's new Stelvio Quadrifoglio instead, like a taller, all-wheel drive Giulia Quadrifoglio sports sedan. That's virtually what it is, being based about the same chassis and suspension design, and displaying the same 505 horsepower, twin-turbocharged, 2.9-litre V6 engine and 8-speed paddle-shift automatic gearbox. Sure, there are several differences beneath Stelvio's seductive shape, mostly to match Alfa's Q4 all-wheel drive system. The Giulia Quadrifoglio is RWD only, however the similarities are enough to generate one wonder why, besides genuinely preferring the Stelvio's aesthetics, anyone in search of this volume of performance would find the Stelvio within the Giulia. That generally is a little bit of an oversimplification. People inside a Four Seasons climate that are looking for to use their 505 horsepower car every day may need the all-wheel drive system, and those that shuttle their children daily might prefer the small additional number of cargo space that comes from your Stelvio's 5-door design. But don't kid yourself. This isn't an SUV inside the traditional sense. It's been tuned to look fast as well as the softest from the 3 suspension settings could have you spitting your teeth out when you so much as have a look at a rutted dirt path, let alone an actual off-road trail. Alfisti is going to be happy to are aware that the Stelvio Quadrifoglio is certainly not less than a pure performance machine. In fact, Alfa Romeo says that because with the all-wheel drive system, the Stelvio Q actually beats the Giulia Q out in the hole, as well as on to a 3.6 second 0 to 60 miles per hour time, versus 3.8 seconds to the Giulia Q. Top speed is a big 176 miles per hour, and Alfa isn't shy to tout the Stelvio Q's 7:51.7 minute Nürburgring lap time. It's a record to the Stelvio's segment. Brakes have already been upgraded to Brembo 6-piston front and 4-piston rear calipers, and there's even an $8,000 carbon ceramic option. Most body panels are built from aluminum for weight savings. There's a carbon fiber drive shaft, plus the wheels are 20 inches with meaty 285 width rear tires. Alfa claims a best-in-class power-to-weight of 8.7 to 1 for your 4,360-pound Stelvio Q. This Quadrifoglio version gets a lot of special cosmetic touches too. Those hood vents, as an example, along with the side skirts. The front bumper is revised for additional airflow for cooling, plus the rear bumper has cutouts with the quad exhaust tips that exit through it. Inside, Spacco carbon shell bucket seats are an available option, while real graphite, metal and leather trim are nearly everywhere. A 200 mph speedometer and small Quadrifoglio emblem for the instrument cluster silently hint for the available performance. Before we hit the track, we drove and rode for any 100-mile road loop with varying roads, from freeway to meandering back roads. With Alfa's 4-way DNA drive mode selector in normal, the Stelvio Q's suspension stays in the softest mode, but soft is relative. While the ride is very calm on well-maintained freeways, it's busy on anything less smooth, with numerous head and the entire body movement to occupants. Add inside Stelvio's quick steering and grabby, and super strong brakes, so we fear it's wise a vehicle that may quickly become tiresome on, say, a multi-day excursion on substandard roads. A Porsche Macan Turbo was on hand for road evaluation, and now we found it to experience a slightly more compliant base suspension setting and much more relaxed on-road driving characteristics that subtly enhance the Porsche's usability bandwidth. Other downsides for daily use add a very well integrated but slightly fussy infotainment system, with sharp graphics but limited zoom out on navigation, plus an interface that may use more hard buttons to quickly arrive at main functions. Nevertheless, rear seat room is adequate for 6-footers and egress towards the rear seat, often with the lack of performance 4 doors, is rather good. Cargo space can be more than adequate. Of course, the track is actually where the Stelvio Q shines. When we found it circuit on the Americas, on asphalt which was still drying from some morning rain. Grip through the all-wheel drive system, able to sending 100% of power on the rear wheels, is remarkable. Even so, the Stelvio Q continues to be very happy to be driven about the throttle, the bark end responding benignly in our right foot, rendering it a breeze to switch the car's behavior mid-corner. Dive in too soon to Cota's tighter corners and you'll find some initial understeer, but throttle adjustment brings the trunk around easily and enjoyably. Drive the automobile smoothly, maintaining momentum through Cota's S-curves, plus the Stelvio's balance is sublime, virtually neutral, despite stability control off from the DNA selector's race mode. All of the track testers were designed with the optional carbon ceramic brakes, which worked wonderfully, giving just a little extra noise weight against their steel siblings. Repeated stops from top speed were met with assurance and no extra trouble. We also enjoyed the 8-speed transmission, the larger, column-mounted Ferrari-style aluminum paddles giving satisfying feel, and rapid, rev-matched downshifts as well. Upshifts are met, which has a sharp bang from your exhaust on full throttle upshifts, adding for the oral delight emanating through the Stelvio's barking V6. The optional Spacco carbon seats looked this company, but didn't appear to offer a lot of open extra support on the standard buckets. We'd probably skip them. Body roll is shockingly minimal. When the Stelvio Quadrifoglio hit Alfa dealerships in June on this year, the bed's base price will probably be $81,390, or roughly $6,000 in excess of the Giulia Quadrifoglio. Alfa expects the take rate with the Quadrifoglio version to become roughly 10%, about the identical split as being the Giulia currently enjoys. Whether you get enough to enjoy about the Stelvio versus the Giulia to shell out the extra funds are purely the right decision, but we're envious of anyone having to create it. 2018 Alfa Romeo Stelvio Quadrifoglio specifications on sale June 2018, price $81,390. Base engine 2.9 twin-turbo DOC 24-valve V6 505 horsepower at 5,200 revolutions per minute, 443 pounds-to-feet at 2,000 to 4,800 revolutions per minute. Transmission 8-speed automatic layout, 4-door, 5-passenger, front engine, AWD SUV, EPA mileage 17.24 miles per gallon. City/highway LXWXH 185.1 by 77.0 by 66.3 in wheelbase, 110.0 in weight, 4,360 pounds, 0 to 60 miles per hour 3.6 seconds, top speed 176 miles per hour.